Recently, it was announced that the Friar Faithful attended Petco Park at a record rate in 2022, breaking the previous record of 24 with now 25 home game sellouts. Let's hear from some fans on why they love this beautiful ballpark so much. Hello, high school football fans. I'm here with Connor Underhill, quarterback for Rancho Buena Vista. Congrats on the win tonight. The first play of the game, Elijah Oshima runs it in for that 71-yard touchdown run. How did that help your team's momentum for the rest of this game?
I mean, we needed that because of the losses we've been having. That kid's probably one of the hardest workers on our team. He actually has a torn shoulder right now.
You guys went 6 weeks without getting a win. What was the difference in turning things around tonight?
Just hard work. I think team chemistry, obviously, all our guys are excited. Team chemistry, I think, is the main thing we needed with coaches and players, not just players. And working hard, pushing each other. Maybe sometimes that means butting heads, but look where it got us.
I noticed you're really good at throwing that deep ball. Is that always something you've been good at, or is that a skill that you've been working on?
Definitely a skill I've been working on. I mean, everything's a skill I've been working on, and there's still a lot of room to get better. I'm not satisfied where I'm at all yet.
Next week, you guys are playing at University City. What's the game plan to get that win?
We'll see. I mean, I want to bring it all. I want to bring the whole stack, and I'm not satisfied at all. I want to keep winning because one win isn't going to do anything. We're trying to make it a CF championship, that's for sure.
All right, well, congratulations again. Thank you, Connor.
I appreciate it.
So I'm here with Brandon Cornell, professional paintballer. Who exactly is Brandon Cornell?
Yeah, so I play professional paintball on a team called Edmonton Impact, based out of Canada, but teammates throughout all across the country. And we compete in the NXL professional paintball division.
Because NXL paintball is very foreign to the public, can you explain exactly what it is? What league is it? What tournaments do you play in? Give us all the details.
Yeah, so the NXL is split up. There's a league in Europe, US, Mexico, but US is the main focus. That's what I compete in. There's 5 tournaments throughout the year, so paintball is kind of structured somewhat similar to tennis, almost in the match style, but then you play points within a match, 15-minute points, and then based on the score, whoever scores the most points is the winner of the match. Okay, so you're gonna have to break this down for me. How exactly do you get points? How exactly is a match set up? And where are these matches? All around the US? Yeah, it's a great question. So normally they spread them out from, like our last one was in Florida, Orlando, that's always the World Cup, but then leading up, so you have 5 events and you're basically going for the series. So in the professional division, there's 20 pro teams across all the different, across the whole country. And so everyone's meeting up for the first event coming up here soon. And so the first one will be in Austin, Texas. And that's where the event will begin. And then at that point, you compete throughout the event to score points to go towards the season. But to your question, a match is 15 minutes. Okay. There's a buzzer on each side. It's a 5-on-5 match. And so once you break out, you're playing paintball. It's the inflatable bunkers. It's very similar to chess, but like with paintball guns. And once you hit the buzzer, you score a point. 2 minutes, you go back, fill up paint. You have a whole pit crew, and then you go back out and the match continues. And so once the clock starts, time's going. Once you hit the buzzer, over, and then you reset. Very cool. Okay, so what's your favorite part about playing in a tournament? Oh, that's a great question. I think the competitive aspect, but also being around all the guys. I think, you spend so much time together, you definitely become brothers, but I think trying to accomplish something that's bigger than yourself, that's with any team sport, but you spend so much time the weeks leading up, traveling every weekend, and then to accomplish something that you've put so much time into, there's nothing better than that. Yeah, you said you put a bunch of time into this. How exactly do you train for these tournaments? Do you do like finger exercises? Do you get fingers stronger? Do you lift weights? Tell us about that. Yeah, no finger exercises, but yeah, one, playing a lot of paintball. I think with any sport, you just more time with, in your craft, you're naturally gonna get better, but in the off time, definitely during the week, going to the gym, working on, especially at cardio, legs, being able to be fast, your burst speed, and your fast twitch muscles. So that's really important in paintball, just those first few steps, being able to dive and be a little bit, make it to your spot and not get shot. So you're the first paintballer or professional paintballer I've ever met.
How exactly did you get into the sport? It seems very unique to, any other sport in the U.S. I mean, I've heard of people figure skating and ballroom dancing, but I've never met a paintballer. So what got you into the professional paintball world?
Yeah, I mean, I think for most of us, it was going out to a birthday party. And for me, I didn't even know paintball was a professional sport. And so went out there, played in the woods with my friends, just had a great time. And then we started to go like once a month. We would just go out to the field, play in the woods, had a great time. And I got really fortunate. I grew up in San Diego, and it actually is one of the best fields, and it has a few of the best pro teams in the world. And so when I was out there about like 8 months in after playing, I saw the sports side of it, which is the inflatable bunkers. It's this loud and just the energy that I've never felt from something else. And went out and played, and I was so scared. And I mean, I just got lucky. I found my passion early on and stuck with it. But it's been great experience.
So how old were you when you started playing?
I was 12 when I started playing. I went pro when I was 16.
Wow.
I've been pro. This is my 11th season pro.
So were you the youngest when you were 16 playing pro, or were there even kids younger? Okay.
No, I was the youngest pro for a few years.
Okay, so now you're 25, correct?
26.
26.
Yeah.
So you started when you were 16. Yeah, now you're a vet.
Yeah.
What's the biggest change you've seen in yourself over the past 10 years playing the game of paintball?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you first come into it, a lot of it is like you've looked up to these guys your whole life. For any sport, you're going to have certain idols, certain people that are, setting the pace of play. And I think for me, it was, seeing these guys, I watch all their videos, try to be like them, and then you line up against them. And so naturally getting rid of that kind of thought that, you can't beat these guys, and changing, you belong to be there, you put in the work. And then being able to compete and beat those guys, there's no better feeling.
I know you graduated from Cal Poly a few years ago, so when you were playing paintball, how do you have time for school? And now how do you have time for work?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's always, everyone has a passion, no matter what it is. I think it's, if you really care about something, you find time for it. You make time. And whether there were so many flights home, like especially when I was in college, I'd be studying on the plane, and my friends were out doing other things, but I loved what I did, and so I was gonna find a way to do it.
Kevin, you got 3 touchdown passes tonight, led your team to victory. What mentality did you go into this game with?
I mean, we just came in here, we wanted it. We knew they were lower the seed. It was their biggest game of the year for them. We just came in here and battled, and we wanted it more.
Mason, you were on the receiving side of 2 of those touchdown passes. You also got 1 interception. Where do you feel like you made the biggest impact on the game tonight?
It was all Kevin. He stepped up, Jackson's out, Kevin stepped up. I had to play some defense. This is my only second game on defense ever. So just did what I could.
And for the Pride Pigskin Report, this was Nicole Beckelman. Recently, the Padres hosted a celebration for San Diego's Little League players at Petco Park. A parade of little swinging friars walked around the warning track before the first pitch was thrown a few weeks ago. In fact, 18 years ago, one of our own friars traveled the distance from a small island off the coast of Venezuela called Curacao to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, for his debut at the Little League World Series. Before Jurickson Profar became an MLB outfielder, he was a powerhouse in Caribbean youth baseball. Netherlands Antilles' Little League team took home the World Series trophy in 2004, beating Thousand Oaks, California. Profar was only 11 years old, but that didn't stop him from being one of the top players on the diamond. During the championship game, he slugged a 2-run homer in the first inning and played solid defense as a shortstop, third baseman, and even pitched. It's actually a trend in the Profar family to play in a Little League World Series. Both of Jurickson's younger brothers have also competed at the treasured Howard J. Lomedy Stadium. The Profars became the second trio of brothers to play in the Little League World Series. However, Jurickson was the only one to take home the title out of his brothers. Quite the impressive family. With a combined 37 MLB All-Star Game selections, 14 Gold Glove awards, 9 World Series championships, and 3 no-hitters pitched, it's clear that Aztec baseball alumni have made a significant impact in the sport. Yet, One player and coach in particular stands out for putting the Aztecs on the map in the collegiate baseball circuit. In fact, that person's name is proudly displayed right behind me.
Line drive, center field, there it is, number 3,000 for Tony Gwynn.
I think of Tony Gwynn as like a sports legend here. To go to school in Poway and then go to San Diego State.
Gwynn's talent and hard work as a collegiate baseball player led him to become a two-time All-American. As a result, he was selected by the San Diego Padres in the 3rd round of the 1981 MLB draft.
Tony Gwynn was one of the greatest hitters ever. His swing was so smooth, and he always got contact, made every pitch count.
In 1997, a new baseball facility at SDSU was built and named after Mr. Padre himself. After retiring from his remarkable MLB career, Gwynn returned to his alma mater to become the head coach of SDSU baseball. He coached the team from 2003 to 2014. Gwynn's contributions to San Diego baseball will always be remembered, on and off the diamond. For Aztec News, I'm Nicole Beckelman. For the first time in 16 years, the Padres will be playing playoff baseball here at Petco Park. Our swinging Friars will host their division rivals, the LA Dodgers, in games 3 and 4 of the NLDS. As the Padres battle to advance in the postseason, the Friar faithful could not be more excited to cheer on their team.